News out of Afghanistan. General Mattis confirms that the White House has given him authority to set Afghanistan troop levels, according to CNN. The Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, confirmed today that President Trump has given him the authority to make all decisions regarding how many troops, U.S. troops, are deployed in Afghanistan. He told the Senate Appropriations Committee today, he stated, quote, "The delegation of this authority consistent with the authority of President Trump granted me 2 months ago for Iraq and Syria does not at this time change the troop numbers in Afghanistan." He went on to say that this assures that the department can facilitate our missions and nimbly align our commitment to the situation on the ground. He also stated that our overall mission in Afghanistan remains the same: to train, advise, and to assist the Afghan forces so they can safeguard the Afghan people and terrorists can find no haven in Afghanistan for attacking us or others. Now, this is in many regards an abdication of duty by President Trump. We can call it a delegation of duty to General Mattis, but this runs counter to everything that we know of a civilian-led military, a civilian-led armed forces. In times past, the President of the United States would seek the advice of his of his generals. He would seek the advice of the Pentagon. He would seek the advice of his Secretary of Defense, but he would make the ultimate decision on troop levels. And so by Donald Trump delegating this out, it really gives General Mattis the ability to do anything he wants within reason in Afghanistan. Previously, the White House had control over troop levels. Right now, there are currently 8,400 U.S. troops devoted to Operation Resolute support in Afghanistan. The Pentagon and the White House have been reviewing an option to send 3,000 to 5,000 additional forces solely in a, quote, training and advisory role. And this war has been declared having ended in 2014 by President Obama, but clearly we're still stuck in the quagmire that we've been in since post-2001, since September 11, 2001. But this is a dangerous precedent, right? This is a dangerous example of President Trump not wanting to take responsibility of his responsibility as the commander-in-chief. He is the commander-in-chief. It is his job. The buck stops with him. And he is delegating this responsibility to former General Mattis, Secretary of Defense James Mattis. And while we may have confidence in General Mattis's ability to do an efficient job, this really undermines the concept of a civilian-led armed forces. And it undermines it in the sense that now President Trump has released his responsibility and his authority and the ability to be, or in his mind, the ability for him to be held accountable for the decisions that are made in Afghanistan and the mistakes that are made in Afghanistan. The buck still stops with him. And I want to give, if someone were to give him advice, it would say, you're still going to be responsible for whatever happens in Afghanistan. Delegating this responsibility to Jim Mattis does not give you plausible deniability, nor does it insulate you from responsibility. And so since you have the responsibility, ultimately, shouldn't you be aware of what's happening there? I don't want to be responsible for something that I have zero input in. And Donald Trump has voluntarily relinquished his ability to have input into this. Now, surely he can pick it up anytime he's ready to pick it up. However, this seems grossly irresponsible. It almost seems as though he does not want the job. He does not want the responsibility of dictating to the armed forces as the commander-in-chief where we should be and what level of troops we should have in Afghanistan.